Okay, I'm getting ready to set up the embroidery design. I'm going to make the new Frozen, and I decided I don't know if I'm going to use the light pink stretch velour or the more rich-looking darker purple. First of all, we want to get our threads ready. So her designs don't come with serial numbers; they just tell you what colors to use. So what you want to do, oh, I wanted to show you this too. Remember I told you how that stiff hair was on this doll? If you wash that stiffness out, her bangs will be really nice. See how pretty they are? And now you can shape them and trim them however you want them, and they're not that stiff curl on there anymore. And she's much prettier in that with a nice soft look to her hair. But that's the Cinderella doll that I got it in Canada. Okay, so let's pick our colors. So I've already bought the design, I've downloaded it to my machine, and now I'm going to turn my machine on and I'm going to check my colors. The first one that comes up, of course, is the flesh pink. So go ahead and do your check colors and go to your embroidery box from Tao Industry and decide what colors you want to use, because she just tells you flesh pink. If you look on your colors and you pull out flesh pink, you can actually look where it says flesh pink, which is 124. So that's not 124. Flesh pink is 124. So that's the color of the face, and it's the same color I used on this Frozen, so I'm going to use this one too. Let me take her off the doll so I don't have to keep moving her around. Okay, so that was color number 1 for the face, flesh pink. So let's go to advance, check color, press the next one, teal green. So you can either just check off of your screen and look at the design on your computer screen, or you can just read what it says on your sewing machine. So I want my colors dark and rich, so I'm going to use the teal green, really dark color, even though it's a lot darker than what you see on the screen, because I want that richness to it. So that's number 1, flesh. Number 2 is teal green, advance, and then warm gray. Because I'm going to, I think I'm going to use this darker purple instead of the lighter purple, but either one would be okay. I want her hair not to look so gray. I used the gray thread on this first Frozen because I was on a light fabric, but because she does use a dark gray in between, or a black between the hair follicles or the hair pieces, you can use any color because that's just going to contrast it and it's going to pop out at you. So I'm going to use a lighter color for the hair than what it says to. So I'm thinking that I'm going to use this linen color for the hair, because I think the hair would stand out on either one of these colors really pretty. So I'm going to use that. So for the 3 warm gray, I'm going to use linen. Next one is royal purple. So in my box of colors, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and also another bluish purple color I could choose from. I even got a very rich dark blue purple too I could use. This is 007 Prussian blue, beautiful color. I think the picture shows a magenta, and since I'm going to use a hot pink, I might just go with these two. And if I put these up against that purple, they're both going to show up really nicely on that dark purple. So for my royal purple color, I'm going to go with the magenta, which is 620 magenta. So that's my choice for that one. Next one is going to be white. Easy, no question about that. Next one, teal green, I've already picked it. Black, my very last one, number 900. Royal purple, we've got it already, magenta, and then a deep rose. I'm going to use 107, which is a dark fuchsia color for all of her. If you've seen the preview on Frozen 2, these are basically the 2 colors of her new gown, plus a lighter teal. And so that's the color I'm going to use. So that was deep rose, and the last one again is red for her lips. And this is number 800 in the box. Okay, so I've got all my colors ready. So now let's decide how we're going to hoop our fabric. So we can put the rest of these threads away. Oops, I put that back on there. Okay, so we've got all of our colors set up, ready to go. Let's keep them in order. The only change that I really have to worry about is that linen and the warm gray. But other than that, we've got all of our colors going. So let me just keep them in order here. Okay, so let's take our hoop. So I'm using wash away stabilizer. This wash away stabilizer you buy at Walmart. It is, I bought more than that. It's wash and gone. It's $2.97 a yard. It's very lightweight, but it works really well. And you just rinse I just rinsed this in water and it just dissolved on me. So let's go ahead and get our hoop ready. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about this stretch velour. I looked on it online to see how much it goes for. It's about $4.50 a yard right now. Some of it's more lighter weight than others. This one has only a stretch one way, this way. And the way there's no stretch on the other side. This one stretches this way and up and down. Not as much up and down, I mean sideways, as it does on the up and down. But if you look at my little outfit here, the stretch on this one is in the up and down position. So velour also has the stretch velour also has a nap. If you lay it down and you feel it, you get a smooth finish. And if you go against the nap, it's rough. You can just feel it. It's like petting an animal. You can only pet it one way for the fur to lay down flat. Same thing on this brushed velour knit. The back of the fabric does look like an actual knit fabric. Okay, so I'm going to try it on this one, see how if it works. This is just a test. So what you do is you just take your velour, make sure you're doing it the right way. So this is my nap is going this way. So I'm going to lay that on top of my wash away stabilizer, my wash and gone. Okay, got a little crush piece here. I don't know what that's from. Looks like a flaw almost. But that will be right in the middle of the design, so you probably won't even see it. It'll be in the middle of the dress. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that turns out to be the middle of the dress so I don't have it on the regular fabric. Okay. Alright, so we're going to match up our arrows. So there's our top, and then our bottom is going to be this way, and our arrow is here. So let's go this way, put our hoop on, lay our fabric over it, and make sure that let me redo this, wash away. Try to remember how I did the other one, whether that was this way or the smooth was on the bottom. I think it was that way. Almost sure that was it. Could be wrong, but that's how I did it. Okay, so let's go ahead and set our fabric on top of that. We have our nap going the right way. We have our top. Press it down. Okay, and start tightening your hoop. I'm going to find my screwdriver too so I can get it really tight. You want to get it really, really tight. I dropped my feed dogs on my machine so that I don't have any problem with the back of that. Okay. So keep going tighter and tighter. Make sure your fabric is flush underneath. get your tightening spoke, your tightening screwdriver, and put your hoop as tight as you can. So once you tighten it, then go ahead and go back and make sure it's flush around here too. Let's keep pulling it. Make sure you pull them together, otherwise you're going to tear your wash-away stabilizer. It's kind of flimsier than your regular paper stabilizer. Okay, so let's do that. Get that on there. Okay, let's tighten all the way. You want it tight as a drum. The tighter you get it, you want to hear that drum-like beat on the back of your fabric. Oops. Okay, I think that's about as tight as I'm going to get it. Okay, let's put it on the machine. I'm going to show you how to put the thread on your bobbin with the Tao Industry thread so that you don't have any jams on your machine whatsoever. Okay, so we've got our fabric going there. Okay, so let's go ahead and return back to the start. So we're going to do number 1, which is the flesh pink. So let's go ahead and get our flesh pink, which is, let me get out of the way here, make sure I have the right color. I do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take our thread, and we're going to find my end here. And when you put it on your bobbin spool holder, you're going to want the thread to come up underneath. So lift that up and put it completely on your spool holder. Let me make sure you can see that. Okay, now take your small cap, your smallest cap that comes with your machine, and press it all the way down on the spool. You want your spool not to turn. You want it as tight as possible, because basically what you want to do is just let your thread feed evenly off that spool. If you let your spool turn at the same time your thread eases off, it'll catch on this dowel and it'll cause a real problem, and you don't want that. So make sure that that cap is tight on there. Okay, and then you're just going to thread your machine like normal. Same thing, you can use your machine threader. Okay, so we've got our flesh pink on. We're going to go needle down, needle up, and in the inside I've got my, at this point in time I've got my bobbin thread in there, which is the right kind of bobbin thread. It comes with the SE-400. Okay, so we're going to lower our, I'm using the regular embroidery needle. I'm not using anything special, even though this is a stretch velour with knit on the back. It worked up fine on the other one, so I'm just going to stick with it. Okay, so our first one is flesh pink, so let's go ahead and put our start button going. Okay, so if you want to, you can stop your machine right now and you can actually cut these little threads off. And then go ahead and press your start again. Now, you'll see, I don't know if you can see on the top, but that thread is just evenly coming off. So if I wanted to walk away now and come back when it stops, I don't have to worry about that thread jamming on me, because it just won't. I've done this over and over again and I've never had a problem. As long as I have that spool cap down tight, it works just fine. Anyway, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'll just go through this flesh pink, and then I'll show you when we get to the end of the design what it's going to look like. So you see it's evenly feeding. Like I said, I could get up and walk away and I won't have to worry about whether or not that thread is going to jam. Okay, this one's taking longer than I thought. I'm just going to stop here and then I'll come back and show you when I get towards the end. It's going to take a long time to stitch this out and I don't want to videotape the whole thing. But anyway, I'll come back when I'm almost done and I'll show you the results and I'll show you how easy it is to wash away that wash away stabilizer. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit.